Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 6, do you know who this person is? The Yakima County Sheriff's Office wants to know, and we'll tell you why. Plus, new at 6.
The community is our main goal, is how do we improve the quality of life.
Casting a shadow in Sunnyside, we are following up to our exclusive reporting on the turmoil in the small city. And later.
Coming up tonight, we'll show you some changes that are being made to Ben Franklin Transit's routes and how it will better serve the riding public.
And a beautiful day all across the Columbia Basin and Yakima Valley. Big changes, though, coming your way tomorrow. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very good Friday evening. Thank you for joining us on this May the 30th. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is on assignment. We begin with first alert weather. Stacey Lee is here. Tomorrow's an alert day.
It is an alert day, Austin. We're going to see some pretty heavy gusty winds all through our area. So come take a look at your screen. We're expecting winds as high as 70 miles an hour, gusts anyway, in the Kittitas Valley. So windy, though, all through the region and in the foothills. So not only winds, you can expect blowing dust and heightened fire danger. So your wind alerts spread from the Kittitas Valley all the way up from Wenatchee down into northeastern Oregon. So it pretty much encompasses our entire area. All right, a little bit nicer evening tonight if you're heading out to go see those Tri-City Dust Devils. It's going to be a great night. A lot of folks are out there right now. There's a special event going on. We'll get to that here in a few minutes. Temperatures are lovely in the 80s all through the region. Just a beautiful day. But the big change, of course, will be heading our way tomorrow. So clear, mild tonight. Very windy. Probably 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when we're going to start seeing those heavy gusty winds picking up. There's going to be blowing dust associated with this storm, and our fire danger very, very high. So we want to be fire-wise this weekend. I'll break it all down for you coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacey, thank you very much. First at 6 in Pasco at Giza Stadium. It is another Tri-City Dust Devil baseball night in the ballpark. Our very own Monique Ledesma is on the scene. This is a live picture right now as the Boys and Girls Club of Benton, Franklin counties are receiving a big check from Amazon. You can see it's happening right now. A number of people are on the field along with Dusty. Monique is going to check in with us coming up new at 6:30. She'll bring us the full story live again from the Amazon check presentation at Dust Devil Stadium in Pasco. But now let's get to your other big stories on this Friday night. To a follow-up in the city of Sunnyside, there is a lot of turmoil happening between city staff and the city council over several different things. Some people telling Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma it's casting a shadow over a decision to stay or leave their jobs. Cus Ortega, who is head of the Public Works Department, put in his resignation. His last day today. Ortega says he has been brought before the city council and questioned about his contract. He says he felt the way he was questioned damaged his integrity as a person. And despite understanding people deserving to know information about the city and its workers, he says it felt much more personal.
I understand the role of a council member. You know, the council members have to be able to provide information to the constituents, and council members should have every right to ask staff questions, but I think that the questions should be asked in a professional manner where it's not personal, it's information that we're looking for, and we just need to recognize that we're all in it together, and the community is our main goal, is how do we improve the quality of life of this community.
Ortega says with his 50 years of experience, he's never been treated the way, and that there are several people who are in leadership positions who don't fully understand everyone's roles.
I don't believe that she understood the value that I brought to the table, maybe. So I just didn't like the way that I was cross-examined at a council meeting in public. And I just felt that I don't think that even if you paid me $1,000 an hour, it would be worth the harassment that we would get at a public meeting.
Ortega also tells us, despite what happened, he believes in the city and that Sunnyside deserves good leadership. He says he hopes everyone can move forward and do the right thing, focused on the community first. New at 6 now, the Yakima County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in identifying a woman who dumped a dog at the Cowiche Canyon Trailhead on Wakel Road. Take a look at this unbelievable video. The woman was seen opening the back of her vehicle, grabbing the dog by the collar and throwing it to the ground. She then closes the back of her vehicle, gets in the driver's seat, and takes off, leaving the dog behind. The Yakima County Sheriff's Office says animal abandonment is a crime. If you know who she is, turn her in to the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. The dog is being taken care of and a loving home will be found. We'll keep you updated. Also new at 6, Yakima police pursue a hit-and-run suspect following a nasty crash this afternoon. Here's what we know at this hour. Shortly after 12 today, westbound traffic on the Nob Hill overpass was shut down from 1st Street to Ledwick Avenue due to what police told us was a very serious injury hit-and-run collision. Officers confirming with us by around 3:30, a suspect was apprehended following a pursuit. The bad guy was arrested near Spruce and Front Street. They were taken into custody without incident. As for how the victim is doing at this hour, we are still waiting to hear. Yakima PD says they will release more details this weekend. The city of Granger and the Granger Police Department have settled a lawsuit over a sex assault investigation that involved a former Granger police officer. The settlement is for $700,000. The lawsuit was filed in May of 2024 and involves Granger officer Glenn Trejo. He has since left the department and no charges were filed against him in the case. The woman who filed the lawsuit says the city and the police department were negligent in handling her case, training employees and providing adequate supervision. A Yakima County judge granted the woman a 10-year sexual assault protection order against Trejo. Her attorney, Bill Pickett, says the goal of the lawsuit was to shine a light on the conduct and hold people accountable. He says his client can now move forward and start to heal. All right, developing tonight, the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office responding to this rollover crash involving a commercial truck that was hauling, get this, 70,000 pounds of live bees. That amounts to around 250 million of the bees. Tonight, deputies are still at the scene and the area is closed off to traffic due to concerns over the bees swarming. Police say a commercial truck was hauling the honeybee hives when it overturned around 4 a.m. The sheriff's office is now asking people to stay away at least 200 yards. Master beekeepers are at the scene with more on the way in an attempt to reset the box hives so the bees can find their queens and rehive. The process should take between 24 and 48 hours. The goal is to save as many bees as possible. The Sheriff's Office Division of Emergency Management is also on site. Stay with us for this developing story at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We've learned today that starting June 28th and every year moving forward, the use of any type of fireworks could be banned in Benton County under certain fire risk conditions. Between June 28th and July 5th, the energy release component for Southeast Washington reaches 17 or higher as determined by the Department of Natural Resources. And if that threshold is hit on or after June 19th, the Benton County Fire Marshal may declare an extreme fire danger. Once that happens and is posted on the county's website, all fireworks will be prohibited from that period. As of now, the fire danger rating in Benton County remains moderate, but officials are urging residents to stay alert and check the Benton County website for updates as the 4th of July approaches. Today, the Oregon Department of Forestry deploying 14 firefighters to Alberta, Canada. 4 firefighters to Alaska, 3 to Minnesota, and 1 to Florida. With fire season beginning in some parts of the state, this will be the agency's last big out-of-state resource push until the rainy fall returns in Oregon. Those being deployed to Alberta and Alaska are going through the Northwest Compact, which is a mutual assistance agreement. Those deployed to Minnesota and Florida are going through state-to-state mutual aid agreements. And in local living tonight, there is a new way to cool off in the city of Kennewick. The city celebrated the grand opening of a new splash pad at Kenneth Sear Pool. The project was funded through a community development block grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The city says parks and recreational space is about belonging, and everyone should have access to quality resources.
That's what Parks and Rec does, is we provide them with green spaces to come out, to recreate. We provide them with amenities that both allow them to have this positivity in their free time. But it also connects the community, right? I mean, when you come here to a place like this, I have a 2.5-year-old at home, and you come there and kids don't care. They come in and they play, and the amenities, they play on the playground, they get in the splash pad. There's all of a sudden this connection. And that's what community is, right? It's about making those connections.
The splash pad has an inclusive design for children of different heights and abilities. It's currently open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., but the hours of operation will change to include Monday through Friday after June 14th. The news at 6 is just getting started. Coming up, the Tri-City Americans need a new head coach. We'll tell you more, plus...
There's a whole training room in there. I mean, you have a water bottle refill station, and then let alone just the lockers.
Our Dan Hansen will show you what's new with the Walla Walla Sweets. And as we leave you to break, here's a live picture from Richland. Stacy's back with your full First Alert weather forecast. Remember, tomorrow is a First Alert weather day. She's going to unpack that on the other side of the break.
Friends have been telling friends about Colonial Penn Guaranteed Acceptance Whole Life Insurance for more than 50 years, and with good reason. If you're between the age of 50 and 85, it's a sure thing. Your acceptance is guaranteed because full benefits are not paid in the first 2 years. And the price? Options start at $9.95 a month, less than 35 cents a day. With Colonial Penn, your rate is another sure thing. It will never increase. And you should know this coverage can last a lifetime.
Call today, 1-800-270-5533.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
We think three-pointers should be called triple plays.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre.
So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
Is your closet cramped and cluttered? Well, now there's Space Triangles, the clever new hanging device that fits over any hanger to save you closet space in seconds. And now may be your last chance to get them for a low price. Now you can vertically hang multiple items, guaranteeing that you'll have up to 70% more space in your closet. Your closet can go from messy to marvelous in no time with ease. The ingenious slip-over design secures the hangers vertically. It snugly fits all types of hangers to save you space. Order now to get an 18-piece set of Space Triangles for just $9.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get Space Triangles at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 closet pack per order while supplies last. Once they're gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-587-3514. Call or visit spacetriangles.com. So call 1-800-587-3514 now.
Apple Valley News Now is Kennewick.
Apple Valley News Now is Richland.
Apple Valley News Now is Walla Walla.
Our
Our broadcast center may be here in Kennewick, but Apple Valley News Now is everywhere.
From the Blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be, leading the way with local news you trust. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
Next ET one-on-one with Cheryl Burke, setting the record straight on her changed appearance. Then from hairspray to social media sensation.
I'm Nikki Blonsky, and this is my ET Then and Now.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to the news at 6. How sweet it is if you've ever been to a Walla Walla Sweets game. You know it's one of the best sports experiences in southeastern Washington. And this summer, the West Coast League is back at historic Borleski Stadium. Our Dan Hansen has a look at what's new and who's back for the team.
The smell of popcorn, the crack of the bat, and that unmistakable Sweets energy. Baseball is back in Walla Walla.
It's absolutely incredible. I think not only calling it home for the Sweets, but also for Whitman. That's one thing I was really looking forward to coming back, is getting to coach in the same hitting facility that I spent so many hours in as a player.
Assistant coach Leo Rivera isn't the only one bringing some homegrown heat to the Sweets dugout this summer. He's joined by Raul Camacho and Elijah Maris. New names, fresh energy, and a whole lot of potential for this year's squad.
Well, right now you can see the flags blowing pretty good to left. You don't got to do too much. As long as we stay in the ground, do some damage to the middle of the field, swing at the good pitches, then we're going to be just fine.
The Sweets are a summer collegiate team, pulling in talent from colleges all over the country, like outfielder Cole Rogers from New Mexico State, who's already bringing some serious speed to the bases.
Getting on base and stealing, that's my game right there. I've always just been a base stealer, so any way I can help the team out and, get on base and, steal some bags, that's my game.
Rogers signed in June thanks to a coaching connection.
My coaches over at New Mexico State actually know Coach Colby, so they kind of had that connection, and they got me connected sometime mid to late fall. And then I signed the contract early June.
After a fifth-place finish last season at 12-16, the Sweets are swinging for more wins in 2024. They'll open the season on the road against Springfield before heading back to Borleski for their home opener on June 6th against the Ridgefield Raptors. So whether it's ballpark snacks, the summer nights, or just good old baseball, one thing's for sure, it's looking like another sweet summer in Walla Walla. Reporting in Walla Walla, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Dan, thank you for that. There are still tickets available for opening night. Go to applevalleyNewsNow.com to learn more. Hey, new tonight, the Tri-City Americans will be looking for a new head coach next season. Stu Barnes has informed the organization he will not be returning behind the bench for the 25-26 campaign. Barnes called it one of the toughest decisions of his career, saying he will miss working daily with the team's young core. A former star with the Americans and an NHL veteran, Barnes has coached Tri-City the past 4 seasons, earning playoff berths in 2023 and 2025. He also took home U.S. Division Coach of the Year honors in 2023. Though stepping down, Barnes will remain a minority owner and continue to work in an advisory role.
Something he's been thinking about, biggest thing in credit that goes to Stu and also to Ole is people forget that 20 years ago this team was done and gone, and without the ownership group of Ole Kolzig and Stu and myself and Dennis Lohman, the team would have been gone. So Stu gets a lot more credit than just being a coach and a minority owner or an owner gets credit for saving this franchise and making sure it was here long term.
Barnes is exploring new professional opportunities, and they say the team will begin their search for the replacement in the coming weeks, but are in no rush to name a replacement, but rather focusing on finding the right person for the job. Barnes played 2 seasons for the Americans before a 16-year NHL career, suiting up for over 1,100 games.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
So we're going to start with the good first, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of what's coming our way tomorrow. Let's take a live look outside. Dust Devil Sky Cam. The boys on the field. It's a great night if you're heading out. Temperatures in the 80s to start, and they'll be down in the 70s a little later, but a very nice night at the ballpark. The feels like temp is 81. Winds are light at 8 miles per hour. Our sunset at 8:39, so nearly 9 p.m. Temperatures are mild around the area. Look at that beautiful 80s all through the region. So a very lovely Friday night in store. Tonight's overnight lows dropping down into the 50s, so pleasant overnight. Things get a little wild starting tomorrow. This ridge of high pressure has been sitting here. We're going to see nice warm temperatures in the 90s, but we have a little system moving through, squeezing together the plates, and that's going to bring gusty winds. Now, temperature-wise, you're going to be in the 60s, near 70 in the morning, 80s by the middle of the day, and 70s, 80s, and 90s. You see the drop off there in Ellensburg, and you also see that little icon that says hazy. That means blowing dust. So we're looking at some strong gusty winds. First alert weather day through the area. We could see gusts 70, 75. It's possible in the Kittitas Valley. Yakima Valley looking at 35 to 45 mile an hour gusts, and the Tri-Cities 45 to 50 here in the lower Columbia Basin, including the Hermiston area. Columbia River Gorge. Along with these winds, we're going to see blowing dust with this system, and add to that low humidity. So we have fire alerts in the region. Any fires that get started would spread rapidly under these conditions tomorrow. So be fire wise out there. Again, very windy, very dry vegetation through the region. Let's time out those winds. When will we see them? So about 1 o'clock tomorrow is when they'll start picking up here in the Columbia River Gorge, the Kittitas Valley, eventually into the Columbia Basin by about 5 o'clock. So part of your Saturday, good, not going to be too bad windy wise, but then picks up later in the day. So we were trying to time out when to go on the boat tomorrow early. We want to be off the river by 2 or 3 in the afternoon with the winds kicking up. As you move through the afternoon into Saturday night, those winds stay with us even around midnight. Still very blustery through Yakima and the Kittitas Valley, but we'll see things start to calm down as we head into our Sunday. Those winds, though, will pick up once again Sunday afternoon after 2 p.m. Not quite as bad as Saturday, but 50 to 55 mile an hour gusts are expected in the Kittitas Valley and 15 to 25 in the Columbia Basin. Temperature-wise for the month of June, we're about even in Yakima for above average days and below average days temperature-wise. Tri-Cities had more below average temperatures than we had above average for the month of May. All right, there's the hazy conditions. That'll be due to blowing dust with gusty winds. June 1st comes in at 81 degrees, breezy winds, but a much nicer day than we'll see on Saturday. Yakima also tops out in the 90s tomorrow, dropping to the 80s and staying there all into that first week of June. Taking a look at Ellensburg, that's where things are going to be. Be prepared, guys, in Ellensburg. Batten down the hatches, as they say. Put away any loose outdoor items. Walla Walla, very breezy with hazy again. That means blowing dust in the area. June 1st, 77 degrees. And in Hermiston, very windy there as well with 80 degrees on June 1st. So can you believe it? June, halfway through the year, Austin.
I know. Yeah.
And
like
May
that.
flew by really fast, I feel like.
Well, not for me. I had so much going on. Birthdays, Mother's Day, just a lot of events.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to June, though.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate it. Coming up next, it is caught on camera. A crash on a Minnesota interstate involving a semi and ammunition. We'll show you more when we come back.
70th anniversary savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Stop in, pick up a book, and our employee owners are here to help you save. Pepsi brand 12 packs are buy 2, get 2 free. Save $5 on World Kitchen Jerky. MD 8-roll bath tissue is just $5.99. Bagged Nutrinuggets dry dog food is $5 off. And save with our Memorial Day paint sale. Save up to $10 per gallon with our digital rebates. Save through June 2nd with open house savings at Bi-Mart since 1955.
Taking care of your mental health is important. If you're working at home, have an end time for your work schedule and stick to it. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics. Visit prosserhealth.org.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste, and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth, without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always cheesing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one, get one free offer goes away.
Jade Elliott grew up in Richland, graduated from Washington State, and got her first job in Spokane. After working in Salt Lake and Seattle, she's back in the Mid-Columbia, bringing the news home on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
Always on your side.
Check this out. Caught on camera, a semi-truck carrying ammunition crashed in Minneapolis this morning. All caught on video. Take a look at the scene along Interstate 94 in the turn toward a tunnel.
That's right. The driver of the semi begins to roll and crashes into the wall. Ugh. Small arms ammunition spills across the road. The interstate was closed for a time in both directions, but it has since reopened.
The driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries. No other vehicles were involved. Wow. All right, everyone else is signing off, but we are just getting started with the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. coming up next.
And we'll have the stories that you have yet to see. Plus, I'll have your first alert weather forecast. And remember to get our new weather app.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
In a world filled with accidents, the injured look to Mo, because Mo knows these guys are bulldog tough on personal injury and workers' compensation claims. Mo knows you can go to the other guys, but why would you? From back in autumn, Bulldog Tough.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back, even if the paper is held up to the light. Even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
This time of year, dangerous storms pop up, bringing rain, wind, and lightning.
And many times, that lightning causes wildfires, some of which change lives forever.
This is just one reason to trust First Alert Weather from Apple Valley News Now.
With cutting-edge technology and the experience of our team, trust us to help keep your family safe this wildfire season.
On air, online, and mobile with our First Alert Weather app.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, always on your side.
Next extra, Cheryl Burke versus online trolls.
I'm not on Ozempic. I'm not sick.
Our exclusive interview with the former dancing pro after she shut down the rumors about her new look. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
An eagle-eye tour of spectacular Boundary Dam. Come along to the North Pend Oreille River as we fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
This wasn't a normal homicide. Every detail made the case stranger.
Tonight, 2020 unravels an all-new true crime. Could a social media app help catch a killer?
That'd be crazy.
2020 tonight on ABC.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. You're looking live at the Dust Devils game. Our Monique Ledesma standing by with a live report as a big check presentation was held just a few minutes ago.
More
also
than 10,000 people ride
listen
Ben
up,
Franklin
if you
Transit
ride
every
BFT, changes are on the way for certain routes. Our William Albert will explain. Plus, we are previewing this weekend's Cystic Fibrosis Walk in Richland. That and more as your news at 6:30 begins now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
We have made it to Friday. Good evening, everybody. Just a couple days left of May.
And I warned you that today was going to be beautiful.
Very nice.
This was the day to call in sick, play hooky, whatever you had to do, because it's been just nice.
So, big story is this weekend. Late this weekend?
We have a big shift happening tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
And so we have a First Alert Weather Day. We're expecting some really damaging and gusty winds through the area. Come take a look at your screen. We have a First Alert Weather Day. Kittitas Valley will get the worst of it, but it's going to be windy all through the area tomorrow. So get prepared, put away loose items from outdoors, and get ready for blowing dust along with these strong gusty winds. Now, they're going to kick in around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon and pretty much stay with us through Saturday night. So be prepared for that. Let's take a live look outside across the area. Looking nice. Just look at the sunshine from the Yakima Valley into the Columbia Basin, right on out to Dust Devil Stadium. It's a very pleasant evening. Temperature-wise, we're all sitting in the 80s this afternoon, and we're going to stay there for the next hour or so. We'll start seeing those 70-degree temps come in a little bit later, around 8 o'clock for some of us. But look at that, 8 o'clock still staying around 80 degrees. 10 o'clock, we're going to be in the 60s and 70s, so really nice night. All right, here's what to expect this weekend. Clear and mild tonight, windy in the afternoon, Saturday, all through Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Hazy skies are going to be due to blowing dust in our region, and our fire danger remains high this weekend due to those strong gusty winds and low humidity. I'll break it all down for you coming up. Austin?
Stacey, thanks. If you ride the bus in the Tri-Cities, changes are coming this summer that aim to make your commute faster and more efficient. New at 6:30, our William Albert shows us just how impactful these updates could be and how they might affect the day-to-day lives of riders all across the Tri.
More than 10,000 people ride Ben Franklin Transit every week. And now the public transportation service that has been a part of the community for years is getting some major updates. From new interline routes to added express services, transit officials say the changes are about reaching more people and improving the rider experience.
We'll be making changes to our Route 268 and combining it with some routes. So we'll be providing a Metro 2X, which will be an express service that will serve the airport, CBC, and provide more frequent service between Pasco and Richland.
Sliger says some weekend services will be scaled back, but that shift helps make weekday commutes more efficient.
We're reducing service to 7 p.m. on some select routes, but those resources will be reallocated to provide better service during peaks on weekdays.
Another goal of the changes is getting more people to the airport more reliably, something transit hasn't always been able to do in the past.
Ben Franklin Transit has provided service directly to the airport, but it wasn't productive in the past. But the airport's grown substantially since, and we think there's the demand there now, both to serve employees and any folks that don't plan to go park at the airport.
3.5 million people rode Ben Franklin Transit last year, and with that number expected to grow, these changes are hoping to better accommodate the riding public.
Sliger also says the community played a big role in shaping these updates.
We were out in the community asking them what do they want to see in the service, what can change, so we coupled that feedback with the data we're seeing in terms of where people are riding. We also get internal feedback from our operators and staff to see, again, how we can change things and improve things for folks.
Helping riders get where they need to go, and that's what Ben Franklin Transit says it's focused on, with the community in mind. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thank you. Have a good weekend. All of the changes take effect on June 15th. The full list of updates can be found at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Other news, we are heading back out to the Dust Devils game where our Monique Ledesma is standing by with details about a very special award. Monique, good evening.
Hi, Austin. The game is live, and I'm joined here with the Boys and Girls Club Ben Franklin County Youth of the Year. Now, a little bit ago, you threw the first pitch. How did it feel to throw the first pitch?
You know, it was an amazing opportunity. I would say it was my first time, and being here at like these games, I didn't get the opportunity to go on the grass and stuff like that. But with the help of Boys and Girls Club, I got the opportunity, and I threw the first pitch, and now I have a signed baseball, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, and it looks pretty cool. You got a couple signatures on that ball, huh?
Yeah.
All right, now I see you have some Amazon sunglasses on right now for this sunny day out here. What does it mean to you to have received the $40,000 check from Amazon at tonight's game for the Boys and Girls Club?
It was very good because back at Boys and Girls Club, you know, we need money to like support us teams whenever we go to like college tours or any field trip like this summer. I'm going to Chicago for a national Keystone Conference. That would really help us teens. You know, they can pay for food, they can pay for anything, they can pay for flights. You know, we don't have to pay for nothing, and with that money, it's like amazing for us. So we don't have to pay for nothing.
Well, there you have it. Amazon making a local impact to the Boys and Girls Club here in the Tri-Cities. Now, Austin, I'm going to be sending it back to you at the desk. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you. Of course, it is very loud out there as we're right by the dugout. Well, a local bake shop in Kennewick is celebrating a sweet milestone, even though its doors have been open for a while. The Rise and Shine Bake Shop, located off West Kennewick Avenue in downtown, is celebrating its official grand opening. While the shop has been serving customers for the past year, today's event marked the achievement of several big milestones, including the rollout of a full breakfast and lunch menu and the launch of their fan favorite Cinnamon Roll Saturdays. We spoke with the owner, who says she couldn't have done it without the strong support of our community.
They are the heart of the business. I get to be the face of the business, but they are the heart of the business, and they're the reason why we're able to stay in business. It's not lost on me that people choose to come back week after week and that they tell their friends and bring their friends. That's not something that I take for granted.
If you would like to check it out for yourself or learn more about Rise and Shine, just go to our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. Quick reminder, happening this weekend tomorrow, Apple Valley News Now is helping host the 2025 Great Strides Walk to support the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. The community event supports everyone in South Central and Southeast Washington living with the disease. The family-friendly event kicks off at 9 a.m. at Howard Amon Park. It is a 2.5-mile walk. Cystic fibrosis, or CF for short, affects the lungs, pancreas, and other organs. There are approximately 40,000 people living with the disease in the United States, including myself, actually. I'll be out there to MC the event tomorrow, so I hope to see everybody there again, 9 a.m. Well, Fort Walla Walla Museum has been selected as the recipient of the Washington Museum Association's Award of Excellence in Projects. This story new at 6:30. The award comes after the museum's dedicated work to making history more accessible for everyone in the Valley through their bilingual multimedia tour. Fort Walla Walla Museum will be honored at the 2025 annual conference on June 10th. The award is only one of 2 prestigious awards that the Fort Walla Walla Museum has received this year. The first being the Lifetime Achievement Award given to the museum's own executive director. The museum is committed to preserving and sharing the stories of our regions for future generations. The news at 6:30 is just getting started. Here's what's coming up next. The Trump administration is revoking some student visas. We're on your side with what you need to know. And here's a live picture from both Richland and Yakima. Stacy Lee tracking your weekend first alert forecast. Tomorrow's an alert day. She'll break it all down for you when we come back.
Spectacular Boundary Dam. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Riding a motorcycle is a great way to travel, but if someone turns in front of you, you're in the danger zone. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Allen Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Sometimes it's hard to see past the looming repair and replacement costs all around your house. Finally, you can stop seeing money and start saving money with First American Home Warranty. First American covers the systems and appliances you depend on every day. Air conditioning, refrigerator, washer and dryer, electrical, plumbing, even your garage door opener, and more.
We've had our hot water tank replaced, washer fixed, with our upstairs and downstairs AC units fixed or replaced.
If there's one guarantee in home ownership, it's that things are going to break down. That's why I tell all my customers, get First American before your next repair.
There's always something that's going to break.
When an appliance or system breaks down, First American sends a trusted contractor to fix it. And if they can't repair the covered item, we'll make sure they replace it.
When you put in a request for service, it's like that.
We had a contractor out within 24 hours because he said, I didn't want you guys to go another day without heat.
As a contractor, they're so easy to deal with. They truly want me to do right by their members.
Members pay low monthly rates with unlimited claims and 24/7 customer service. And filing a claim does not increase your rate.
We've saved thousands of dollars with First American that we've been able to reinvest into our home.
I looked at more than one, and this was the best.
First American has been a trusted name for decades and is highly rated by customers on major review sites.
They follow through on what they say they're going to do. That's everything.
But with all the repairs that have come through First American, the plan has been paid for many times over.
And now you can lock in your low monthly rate. All plans include a no questions asked money back guarantee and flexible payment options so you can never pay for covered repairs again.
Call 1-800-689-2492. That's 1-800-689-2492 to get your free no obligation quote. So call now.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey.
Next ET one-on-one with Cheryl Burke, setting the record straight on her changed appearance. Then from hairspray to social media sensation.
I'm Nikki Blonsky, and this is my ET Then and Now.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Riding a motorcycle is a great way to travel, but if someone turns in front of you, you're in the danger zone. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Alan Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Back now with an education alert. The U.S. State Department says it will work with the Department of Homeland Security to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students in the U.S. Sherelle Hubbard has the latest.
The State Department says new visa policies regarding international students are intended to put America first.
The visa process is a key component of keeping the country safe. It is not targeted at certain only specific individuals.
But Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Wednesday the Trump administration will, quote, aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Communist Party.
Will not tolerate the CCP's exploitation of U.S. universities or theft of U.S. research, intellectual property, or technologies to grow its military power.
Another group seemingly being targeted, Harvard University's current and future international students. Thursday, a federal judge said she will order the Trump administration to not make any changes to Harvard's student visa program indefinitely in response to the administration's efforts to restrict international student enrollment there.
Harvard is treating our country with great disrespect.
Tuesday, the State Department ordered all U.S. embassies and consulates worldwide to suspend new appointments for student visas as it moves to expand social media screening and vetting. One professor says preventing foreign students from studying in the U.S. may have long-term consequences.
It would be a great loss for this country because they've always added value to the country.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And the weekend is here. What a beautiful day. Bi-Mart Skycam at Tannum Ridge. It's lovely in Yakima this evening. 85 degrees there right now. The feels like temp is 82. Humidity pretty low, down to 20%. Our sunset at 8:39. We'll get into the good. Let's take a look at temperatures around the area. We're sitting in the 80s, dropping down in the 70s already in Dayton. But yeah, just a beautiful evening, and the temperatures are going to stay nice and warm. Overnight tonight, we'll drop down into the 50s. Good sleeping temperatures, and you could probably keep your window open tonight. I would close it up though tomorrow night because we're getting ready for a shift. You see the system moving across the area. Mainly cloudy skies on the west side of the state. We're going to stay sunny, but we're going to see some gusty winds picking up tomorrow afternoon. Out the door in the morning, look at that, 60s. We're in the 80s by the middle of the day, and then things start to shift. You see that cool down in the Ellensburg area pretty quickly at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's that front moving across. With that front brings strong gusty winds, and you'll feel them first in the Kittitas Valley, where we could see gusts up to 70 or 75 miles per hour. It's going to be very strong there. Very windy in the Yakima Valley, as well as the Columbia Basin, and of course the Columbia River Gorge. Always gets very windy. So with the strong gusty winds, the low humidity, and the hazy conditions, fire potential is up there tomorrow. So we want to be very fire-wise going into the weekend. First alert weather day on Saturday. Any fires that start up would spread rapidly. Let's time out those winds. Here we go, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the Columbia River Gorge, the Kittitas Valley. You'll first start feeling those winds pretty much spreading all through our region by the early evening and going into the night. So we're going to see those strong gusty winds. Midnight, things will start to kind of calm down in the Columbia Basin. Kittitas Valley, though, stays windy. We'll have a nice start to our Sunday, but then those winds will pick up again Sunday afternoon. Not quite as strong, but as you can see, some pretty gusty winds once again in the Kittitas Valley. Breezy winds for the lower Columbia Basin and Yakima Valley. Weekend forecast, if you're hitting the road, yeah, you could see some showers. That's that system moving in on Saturday in the Seattle area. Here's what it looks like in the Portland area. A little bit overcast on Saturday. Temperatures drop from the 80s to the 70s. And if your travels take you to the Spokane area, look for that hot day of 90 degrees with cloudy skies and gusty winds up that 395 and I-90 corridor. There's those gusty winds, hazy conditions due to blowing dust. Breezy, a little bit nicer and cooler on Sunday. Then we stay in the 80s for the rest of that first week of June. In Yakima, you'll see those 90-degree temperatures with hazy conditions, blowing dust there as well, dropping into the 80s and staying there for the rest of next week. A little bit cooler in Ellensburg. A fairly nice day to start in Ellensburg, but then those winds kick up in the mid-afternoon. Temperatures staying in the 70s. Here's Walla Walla. Again, hazy due to blowing dust. June 1st, 77. Breezy winds staying through the middle of the week. And in Hermiston, also blowing dust, breezy winds. I hate saying blowing dust because, you know, if you've lived here any time at all, you know.
That's right.
Your house gets dusty, right?
Yes. I know. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I know I do this to you all the time, but I have a question for you.
What?
Are you a Swiftie?
A Swiftie? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're talking about her next. She says her greatest dream come true is happening. We'll tell you more after the break.
Not being able to see up close can be frustrating. Trying to view your mail, enjoy your favorite book, or even read a prescription bottle can be impossible. Introducing Eye Candy, the sweet new way to see everything bigger, brighter, and better than ever before. And now may be your last chance to get one before they're gone. Fun in design, Eye Candy is no toy. This lightweight, easy-to-hold magnifier utilizes an optical-grade lens that enlarges print by 300%. Yes, 300%.
Eye Candy is really a step above the rest. The magnification is fantastic.
Embedded in Eye Candy's frame are 12 anti-glare LED lights that dramatically help increase clarity. It's a flashlight and magnifier in one.
Even with my reading glasses, I'd still have a problem with the small print. With Eye Candy, everything is bright and clear.
Lightweight and portable, Eye Candy is ideal for extended periods of reading or when you're on the go.
I use Eye Candy when I go out to dinner. Reading the menu? So much easier, especially in the dim light.
Zooming in on your electronic devices only lets you see a small portion of your message or pictures. With Eye Candy, you can see it all.
I showed it to my husband and it strangely disappeared. I purchased 2 more. We keep one in the kitchen, one in the garage, and one in the car.
Read recipes, prescription bottles, or nutritional information, and never miss the fine print. Order now to get your Eye Candy for only $19.99. But wait, there's breaking news. Eye Candy may be discontinued. Due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, Eye Candy is shutting down and stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 Eye Candies per order while supplies last. You still have time to get your very own Eye Candy, but you must act fast. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-941-3546. That's 1-800-941-3546. Or visit tryeyecandy.com. So call 1-800-941-3546 now.
To be out here in God's creation, to have the strength and energy at 77 years of age is pure joy, even when repairing fence from wind damage. I rely on Mile Health with the amazing science-backed formula for muscle support. As we age, mobility, balance, and strength are vital to help us keep doing the things we love to do, like me here on our ranch. Plus, to have lean, strong muscles can help prevent falls and will help in recovery from surgery and injuries. Don't let age and muscle loss rob you of your strength and vitality. Be strong with Mile Health.
Mile Health is supported by 25 human clinical studies. Call the number on your screen now and take advantage of our special buy one, get one free offer. We're confident you'll feel results or your money back. Call now.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
All right, Grammy award-winning singer Taylor Swift now owns her entire music catalog.
And I saw Taylor Swift before she was famous, okay?
Yeah.
So I am a Swiftie from the beginning. She made the announcement on her website Friday. The 35-year-old has been in a battle for roughly 6 years to buy back the master recordings after her former record label sold them to Shamrock Capital. Swift now has the rights to all her music videos, concert films, album art, and unreleased songs. Good for her.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, you know, let's see, 20 years ago, she was just getting started as a country star.
She opened for George Strait, and I went and saw her. Didn't know, and I said, that girl's going to be a star the first time I saw her.
You were right on that.
Yeah.
Other news tonight, sad news, actress Loretta Swift has passed away.
That's right. She was best known for her role as Hot Lips Houlihan in the hit 70s era TV series MASH. She won 2 Emmy Awards for the role. Swift's publicist said that she died this morning, likely of natural causes, at home in New York City. She was 87 years old.
And of course, you can see MASH on our sister station weeknights at 7.
How does he know that? Because he's watching.
I love Me TV. I just got to say it. I'm a big Andy Griffith Show fan.
I know.
You know that. Enough about that. Coming up next, your reason to smile?
Reason to smile, and we'll take one final look at that weather forecast for the weekend.
When enjoying the sun, remember sunscreen wears off. Reapply if you're out longer than 2 hours and after swimming. More about preventing skin cancer at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Skin cancer prevention and screening available at Prosser Memorial Health. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Did you know Fred's Appliance has been family-owned locally since 1962? Come check out what's in stock and on sale this Memorial Day, like these truckload savings on this Samsung front-load washer and dryer for $6.99 each. Save over 33% on the set. With Smart Dial technology, the washer learns your preferences and suggests your go-to cycles. We still have the largest selection of in-stock get-it-today inventory in the region, making us your smartest and most convenient choice.
Online security is, like, as a mom, one of the very highest priorities. There's so many things that we have to watch out for. With Spectrum, I don't have to worry about it. I know when my kids are on their devices, they are protected because I'm not always sitting right next to them. The reliability, the connectivity, the security, everything is kind of all in one. That absolutely makes it worth it to me.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at AppleValleyNewsNow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
This time of year, dangerous storms pop up, bringing rain, wind, and lightning.
And many times, that lightning causes wildfires, some of which change lives forever.
This is just one reason to trust First Alert Weather from Apple Valley News Now.
With cutting-edge technology and the experience of our team, trust us to help keep your family safe this wildfire season.
On air, online, and mobile with our First Alert Weather app.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, always on your side.
This wasn't a normal homicide. Every detail made the case stranger.
Tonight, 2020 unravels an all-new true crime. Could a social media app help catch a killer?
That'd be crazy.
2020 tonight on ABC.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05, Apple Valley News Now.
And welcome back. We wait for it every night, your reason to smile. And it's thanks to nice viewers like you that get outside and take these weather photos or nature photos for us, like Rick Zimmerman. He said, early bird catches the worm. See that big worm in there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of bird that is, but good shot on that, Rick. And look how blue the sky is around that. So pretty cool. The QR code on the top of your screen, that is how you get your photo on TV. Or you can go to our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab. Also on our website is a collection of all the weather photos. So if you missed one or liked one, go check them out. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks to our friends at Lifetime Dental Care. All right, the bottom line weather-wise, gusty winds tomorrow. They're going to start picking up after about 2 o'clock through the area. Blowing dust, we could see hazardous travel, increased fire danger as well due to those gusty winds and low humidity. So plan accordingly. And temperature-wise, it's going to be a hot one tomorrow. So again, I think the first part of the day, we're going to try to go on the boat. And I told my husband we'll be in by 2:30 or 3 before the wind comes.
Yes.
So that's
very
the goal.
Good. All right. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm Austin Reed with Stacey Lee, hoping your news is good news.
Have a good weekend.